Lucius Yap from Singapore, there you see at the bottom. And he'll be playing Chua from the Philippines. They're the matches that we've seen so far. Chang Yulong, 9-2, fairly convincing. Ko Pin Han, well, it was a bit of a struggle in the end. He was delighted to get the win. And that was the same for Lo Ho Sung. Eventual winner over Dang Pyung Hui, 9-6. But this is the match. This is the one we've been waiting for. 96 players started out. This is winners round action. This one is a tough one to call.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, Carl, because, you know, it could be a finals. Right? It's one of those that you were happy to see this in the first round, but this could have been one that's a semifinals, a finals. You know, you never would have expected it to be this early on, but hey, good action in the beginning of the tournament, no problem.
Yeah, winner's side action, so, you know, whoever does lose this match is still well and truly in the hunt. And it's not out the realms of possibilities that they would meet each other again.
All right. So, Carl, happy to be alongside you. You know, you've got such a resume in the pool scene. Think you want to explain your resume? You can do it better than I can.
Well, at least someone's happy to be beside me. It's the first time I've heard that one.
Yep, and then you got myself, Eddie Rivera, here from APA of Singapore. Happy to be here. Happy to be calling this APF tournament, especially for this match. Like I've mentioned many times, very excited to see and call Lucius Yap match in person. So it should be a fun one.
Yeah, how familiar are you with Yap? Do you know him on a personal level?
We've played one match together, and needless to say, I did not come on the winning side of that match. I think that probably was, I think everybody could have guessed that one. But outside of that, you know, we're acquaintances, right? I mean, we see him quite often here in the pool halls. He comes to the Aspar Recreational Center quite often because this is a great pool hall to play out of. And it's in my home pool hall as well. So wouldn't say on a personal level, but you know, from one of the conversations I've had with him, he's a great individual, obviously a phenomenal pool player, and so that makes him a hometown favorite. Right? People just gravitate towards him, especially here in Singapore, because he's a good individual. You know, and most of the Singaporeans have seen him play since he was 8, 9, 10 years old, and he's been playing for a long time. And then all of a sudden, the gears kicked on. I'm kind of guessing the age a little bit, but I think it was about 15, 16 is when people were like, okay, this guy's going to make it. This guy's really going to be somebody. And here he is, top of his game.
Yeah, and it's right in saying you run your league out of this place, right?
Yeah, I do. APA of Singapore, it's an amateur pool association league, much different than what we have today. More amateur, but we do have some strong pool players in the league. And yeah, we play here out of Aspire Recreational Center every Mondays. All right, looks like the lag is underway, and I believe Aloysius took it. So he will be breaking first.
"26 years of age, still a young man."
Yeah, no kidding.
In the sport, and of course, this event is run by the APF, sanctioned by Matchroom Pool. Matchroom Pool are really trying to get a grip on the sport of 9-ball and take it to places, well, we've never seen. So this is big news and good for pool players around the world. And at just 26 years of age, he's got a bright future.
Absolutely. You know, it's tournaments like this one, as well as some of the other ones that he's played in, obviously, that have really put him on the map, not only in Asia and Singapore, but also the world, right? It was just not that long ago that people were in the U.S. were starting to ask me, oh, you live in Singapore? Doesn't Aloysius Yap play out of there? I was like, yeah, he does. So it's great to have somebody here in Singapore that can represent Singapore, and especially in the manner that he does. He carries himself so well, and he's a winner, so that doesn't hurt either. So really nice break. Ball control on the 1 ball is phenomenal. On the cue ball is phenomenal. Having a good shot on the 2 ball. Pocket the 1, obviously. It's a pretty wide open rack. Decided to go 2 rails on that to get shape on the 3. Very nice.
Decided to play for the 4 down the long rail. Didn't want to risk landing short. Playing for the purple 4 in the same pocket. So that was a good option. But he's put a quick one in. Didn't need to get the cue ball out that far. So that is not a good start. I thought he was just going to softly roll that ball through, and now Chua going to get a good look at his game. Very talented player from the Philippines, like most of the Filipinos.
Got a little cute with that one, but still got good shape. Rushing to the other side of the table. He doesn't waste any time, does he?
No, he must have a reservation booked at a local restaurant.
Wow. Yeah, he is a fast shooter. Well, just like that. I wish we had a shot clock on how long that rack took, because I'm going to guess it was under 1.5 minutes. But just like that, Chua took the first game in the match.
Yeah, and it's a game that should have gone to the way of Yap. It was a poor missed ball. One ball racked on the spot using a template or a magic rack, as it is known all over the world. That's just to ensure all balls are touching. And I think that's been a good invention. Whoever invented that, and whenever it come out, I think that was a good... I know it makes the break a little easier regarding the splits, but at least everyone's getting a fair go.
Mm-hmm.
Chua to break, leading 1-0.
It'll be interesting to see how he gets shape on the 2 ball here. He's going to have to really let this one go a little bit to come back up 2 rails for the shape on the 2. And he just got enough on there. Friendly corner pocket.
Yeah, and you just get the feeling that the standard of playing this match is gonna raise a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He's not hanging about.
Nah, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to keep my own personal shot clock on the next rack, because this is very quick. Gives about 2, maybe 3 strokes every time, and then just fires away. And pinpoint accurate. Look at that, already down before the cue ball's down.
Yeah, he's not even waiting for the cue ball to stop.
Exactly. Wow. Well, just like that, 2-0, Johan Chua. One thing I like about Aloysius' game is he's never rattled, right? We've seen him come back. We've seen him play some of the biggest names in the world and hasn't been rattled. So a 2-0 lead doesn't really mean anything to a player like him. Let's see how he responds back when now he has the break and see if what I said is true.
Yeah, that can be a little unnerving when you see an opponent just run around the table and clear the balls. I mean, I know they was all there for Chua, but you know, you've still got to do it. And when they go in double quick, double speed, I don't know, you feel like you can lose 2 or 3 racks in no time.
It could be intimidating when you see a player just running through the rack and saying, wow, this guy or this girl's good. Wow. But like I said, usually Aloysius is very even keel, doesn't get rattled, doesn't get bothered. Even now, just ready to do business. So let's see if he can answer back with a break and run of his own. Solid 2 balls in the break.
Just lost the cue ball a little bit. They don't want the cue ball to run down the bottom of the table, so I'm going to chalk that one down as a bad break. And it's going to be a push out for Yap. So Chua's put Yap back.
Oh, interesting. Bringing out the jump stick. All right, there we go, Aloysius. Very nice. Good cue ball control, too, to get shape on the 4 ball. Very nicely done. Oftentimes when you're jumping like that, you can get the cue ball, get a little out of control, but this was nicely placed, well executed. Thinking a little bit about how it's going to get shape on the 5, though.
Needs his cue ball to hurry a little bit. Needs to get past the 9.
Yeah. I'm not so sure it did. Doesn't look like it, but the way he's looking at it. Yeah, by the amount of time he's taken on this, he might be looking at a defense here.
Probably just play off thin, leave the 5 on the bottom rail, and just get some distance.
Yep, that's exactly what he did. looks like Aloysius can see a piece of the 5 ball.
Well, he's going to be in a spot of bowler now after this shot.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we knew that was coming.
This is difficult to kick and get the ball safe. May just have to go off the one rail and just try and hit it and separate the two balls either side of the table. Left-handed, so he can reach that shot. It would be a lot harder for a right-handed player.
I was just about to make that comment, see if everyone noticed that he was left-handed. Yeah, it might be a little easier. I say a little easier because it's not an easy shot by any means. You called it. Not the leave he was hoping for, though.
Yeah, the kick shot from Yap was never going to be easy. Well, you got some action on the cue ball.
Sure
there.
did. A little more than he wanted there, but doesn't seem to be a problem. Just like that, 3-0. Chua shooting very well, very confident. Sylvania?
Well, we knew this match was going to be a tough one to call.
Mm-hmm.
And we know what Yuan Chua was capable of. But it's all been about Chua this match. Yap's not quite started at the races. He had that wonderful chance in rack 1. Played a ropey 4-ball, and since then it's been all this man at the table. Chua's breaking in the 4th.
3 ball goes in the side. I'm sorry, in the corner, but a pretty good shot on the 1.
Yeah, and it's a dry break. That's why Yap is out of the chair, because he's potted a ball and only one ball has gone past the string. That's only 2 points. You need 3 points for a legal break.
Yeah, he had quite a long bridge on that shot there because he had to shoot around that 5 ball, looked like. It didn't look quite comfortable for him.
So amazing, isn't it? If he pots that 4 ball in rack 1, I'm convinced he pots that ball there. It's just, it's all about momentum. You know, he sat there feeling good in the match, and then just that little error. It's just amazing how it can have a knock-on effect for the rest of the match, especially when, you know, you're playing someone of the class of Johan Chua. It's not like this is an easy match for Yap.
Yeah, it's true. It's getting to the point too where he's gonna have to get on the board soon and get a rhythm. Don't want this to get away.
Needs to come with a bit of pace on this shot.
Well, that's never been a problem for Johan. And doesn't look like one here on this shot.
This is turning into a Filipino exhibition. And he's coming with all the shots.
Sure is. 9 ball on the side and 4-0 we go. Okay, Aloysius with the break though. Needs to get on the board.
It's just been the 2 opening pots, hasn't it? The 4 ball in rack 1 and then the 1 ball in that rack. I mean, if he makes both of them, could be sat at a 2-2 scoreline.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's just a little uncharacteristic, but in a race of 9, it's not over yet. I'd be a little worried once it gets to 6 or 7, but 4 still a little hill, not a mountain just yet. Let's see him. Let's see if we can break and run on here and get back in this race.
I think this is going to work.
Oh my gosh, pocketing 4 balls on the break. Looks like he's got a shot on the 2. I think he took all his anger and frustration on the 4 racks out on that break right there, because that was one heck of a break. He's got a shot on the 2, it looks like, and it should be an angle enough to come back for the 3. And the next ball's the 7.
Yeah, should be okay here. You can see though, can't you there? He's having to strike down on this a little bit.
Smooth though, very smooth stroke.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I like watching about Yap, that smooth stroke, usually very reliable. Doesn't really miss many pots where he's let us down a little bit in the opening 4. But he can rectify that. He can pull back in this match. But Chua, he's looking very impressive. Not seen much of Johan Chua play. I know he's spent a little bit of time in America. I don't know if that was too recent or a year or 2 back. And he was playing a lot of pre-arranged games over there, and he was doing well. And it'd be good to see Johan Chua play the full circuit of events like we've seen Yap, because he really is a class player. Just like the man at the table, this 9 ball for his opening rack in this match.
There we go. Just what he needed. Break and run, get back on the table, let Johan know I'm still here. It's not over.
Yap's enjoying his Starbucks there. Could do one myself. It's a little bit chilly in here, but he's got ice in it. It's cold out there.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, what a great run he had at last year's US Open, where he lost in the final to Carlo Biardo. The US Open this year, he's back at the Harrah's Resort, Atlantic City, 10th till the 15th of October. Tickets are still available. The final day is very nearly sold out. If you've never been to the US Open 9-Ball Championships, you need to get yourself there. That event is stacked with history.
You know, I know I'm going to go to the Moscone Cup, but I might be making my way to Atlantic City as well.
I thought last year, you know, the first event we had there in the Harrah's Resort, I thought it was fantastic. I really did. And I was a little bit worried, thinking may struggle with the crowds, but every session, every day, there was people mingling. The way they set up the arena, you could get to any table, whether it was the TV table or table 22 over in the corner. You could literally just walk round and see your favourite players, and I thought it was brilliant, really did. 8 balls come and saved Yap's day.
It certainly has, didn't it?
Well, Eddie, you need to get yourself to matchroompool.com, don't you? And get yourself some tickets.
I do. Before they all sell out. Yeah, I haven't been to Atlantic City in a long time, so I don't know. I like to gamble here and there. Maybe I shouldn't go to Atlantic City. Maybe I'll just stick to the pool room.
Sounds like it's the place for you. You can have a little flutter and watch the pool.
So he's going with the push here. I'm a little surprised. I kind of thought he might have tried a 2-rail kick and hide behind the 8. But no, maybe he was worried a little bit about the scratch with the 2-rail kick. So left it to Aloysius to decide.
This is where I love watching the Filipinos. For me, they are the best in this situation now, where it's kicking at the ball, making things happen in their favour. Yap's having a go though, isn't he?
Looks like it.
How do you like that shot?
Yeah, very nice. Haven't seen the jump stick yet.
Yeah, in modern day pool, this is where you just know the players are going to hit the 2. You know, he's not the 1 ball, so you know he's going to get over the 8. If he pots it, fair enough, but if he doesn't, where do the balls end up? There's a lot of balls on the table. Has he fluked it?
No, I don't think so, but he might leave it in the pocket, or he's going to hook Aloysius again.
If he can hit the rail, top rail, he should be okay. He may be able to play it with right hand spin and spin the 1 ball in. He's having a look, so.
Yep, you're right. He's having a look. Oh, wow. You know, I knew it was a thin shot, but he just barely missed that by a millimeter. That was really close. Unfortunately, ball in hand to Johan Chua's with this kind of rack is not what you want to do when you're down by 3 racks. It's unfortunate.
We can tell you're pulling for Yap a little bit, can't we?
You know,
you can sense that in your voice.
I live here. I have to, right? I mean, he's the hometown hero, but this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough rack because I sense that Johan's got all the balls in line. It's just letting the cue ball do the work.
Well, sure, you need to go to the US Open. You want to see if Yap can go one better than last year, don't you?
I do. Though, like I said before, I was really torn when he played Shane Van Bonen. I didn't know who to root for in that one. It was a heck of a match, though, I'll tell you that. Aloysius played some of the best pool I've seen him play ever.
You can just be happy whoever wins. That's maybe the best result.
No kidding. Johan's not really getting out of line on any shot, just letting the cue ball do the work, making it look easy, and not taking more than a second per shot.
Yeah, he's a very natural player, Chua, as he takes a 5-1 lead. This is not the result many of the viewers are wanting, but Yap's still in this match. Yeah, we're talking about the game with Yuan Chua. He's a 2-time All Japan champion. That is not an easy tournament to win. 2015, 2017. And in 2021, he won the South East Asian Games 9-ball gold medalist. '18 Asian Pool Challenge champion, so I'm sure Yap and Chua have played many battles.
Oh yeah, this is definitely not their first time going head to head. Probably won't be the last either. Well, he pocketed 2 balls in the break, but doesn't appear to have a clear shot on the 1. I'm assuming we're going to end up seeing the safety right behind the 7, keeping the cue ball snugged up as close as possible to the 7. Oh. Pulled away for a second for another look. Oh, he doesn't like it. I think at this stage and the way that Johan's playing, can't afford to make any mistakes. So if it takes a second or third look, it's probably worth it.
Well, he's got the hook, but the 2-rail kick, well, he's definitely going to make contact, and Yap needs something to happen. Well, the 1-rail kick is probably more favourable. He may even pop that. Yeah, he's going 1 rail. I believe he's trying to pot it in the corner. If he doesn't, he's trying to send the 1 or 3 rails up towards the green 6.
Yeah, exactly. Hit that with enough power that it did, but Aloysius might have a shot. Looks like it goes right to the window.
Well, it's near the green 6. Is there a window? Can he get through to the gap of the potting angle? He can clearly see a piece of the 1, but can he see the potting angle? He's taking a lot of time, so he either can't or it is super tight.
I think he can, but the shape, and he's going to have to probably put a little spin on this one to get through. It's not a clean shot, I don't believe. Otherwise, he probably would have been down already. Nope, he's kicking at it.
Yeah, he's kicking behind.
Ooh, oh,
miss it.
I don't even think was even done shooting the ball, and Johan's already done down at the table. He's He is fierce.
You know, these players, they pride themselves on playing good kick shots, and that one is like missing a 9 over the pocket. When you hit it that bad and it comes out with no real distance and just leaves it, oh, it's horrible, horrible feeling. And what's going to make it worse is Chua's going to pop these in about 20 seconds to make it 6-1.
Mm-hmm. I think he already took 2 strokes and the cue ball wasn't even done spinning yet. Like you said, he must have dinner reservations, a tea time, or something else to do. I don't know, movie.
I don't think I've ever seen a top player get down on the shot before the cue ball stopped and then just move on the table to get yourself on the shot.
Either have I. Like you said a second ago, there's a little bit of a favoritism on my side towards Aloysius, but you got to give your hat off to Johan Chua right now. He's taken advantage of every mistake that Aloysius is doing. So, you know, they call him the bad koi, or Budwit, the little mouse. He's playing like the bad koi right now. He's playing very solid pool. Nothing you can say about his game at the moment, because he's taking advantage of every shot. And like I said, it's very hard to get Aloysius frustrated, and he knows he's not playing his A game at the moment. So Johan, you just got to tip your hat off to you for right now and keep shooting the way you're shooting.
Looks like a very expensive timepiece on the left hand of Chua. Got a shot at the 1 ball. Cue ball's going to be travelling up towards the 9 and the 6, so he's going to have to do something with the cue ball to avoid some form of contact, or maybe he'll just risk it and try and find the gap. Didn't want to find that gap, I don't believe. I think he was trying to go in between the 9 and the 6, but at 6-1 up, things just seem to go your way, don't they?
Yeah, they do, don't they?
6-1 down, he probably flicks a ball and scratches in the corner.
Mm-hmm. And when you're on the opposite side or the other chair, like Aloysius, when it rains, it pours, it seems like, right? Just things are rolling the other guy's way. Good shooting, Johan, good shooting. It's a bit quiet over here in Singapore because we're all obviously rooting for the hometown hero, but once again, gotta tip your hat off to Johan Chua. Great shooting.
Yeah, if the man on your screen does lose this match, he'll go over to the left side of the draw, or the loser's side. 96 players started out in this event. We're playing down to 32. Then it will be single elimination. So you've got a life. It's not the end of the world. You can still find yourself in the draw, and that's what it's all about. Making sure you're in the hat. 16 winners will play 16 losers, or 16 players from the left. Always sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it, the losers?
Yeah, it sure does.
Double elimination format. If you keep winning, you go to the right, and if you lose, you go to the left. If you lose more than once, I'm afraid it's home time. Yap to break. Can he somehow turn this match around? It's alternate break. It's unlikely, but you never know. And that's not going to help.
Well, the 2-ball, no.
Dry. It's dry break.
Dry break, yep.
Yap's played a lot of pool over the years, and that 4-ball, I know it's in his first rack, but that is what has essentially made this match 7-1.
It really did. You know, it could have easily been a 4-4 race right now, or match right now, but that 4-ball really just gave Johan. Oh, did he switch over to lefty? Looks like it. Got a little bit of draw on that, but yeah, that 4-ball miss ended up really just giving Johan the table, and he never really gave it back.
That was one of them instances where getting an angle on the 5 was difficult, so he decided to leave himself straightish, just to pull the cue ball back. And that's fine as well.
Yeah, I've got enough. Got past the 9.
He'll spin this cue ball in off 2.
Down already.
Well, it's just an easy game.
Just like that, 8-1.
Well, in around 40 minutes, this match has been played. Who would have thought this would have been the scoreline?
Not I, that's for sure. Not I. I think Johan, Johan has the break too. He's got a chance to close the show. All right.
Cue ball's going close to the corner.
I think, oh, wow. It's got to be snookered if he's, I think so. I think it's so far into that pocket that he's probably not going to be able to see the 1. Yeah, that's a better angle.
Push out's going to be interesting now because the 1 ball is, I mean, it's not over the pocket, but it's kind of over the pocket. So
Yeah.
where do you roll to?
Where do you put the cue, right?
He's got to just roll over down the right hand side of the table and probably just leave some form of kick.
Behind the 7, maybe? Let's see. He chose to go. I wouldn't choose to do that. But there's a good look at one of the sponsors of Aloysius Yap, the Q Shop. Q Shop is a great place to buy pool cues here in Singapore.
Do they have any of them pink cues that we've seen in the last match?
You know, if they do, I'm going to pick me up one. I'll tell you that.
Even the safety shots are going wrong now for Yap. I think Yap just wants to get out there. He wants to regroup and focus on trying to qualify through the left side.
You might be right. That was maybe a little lackadaisical. Just kind of moving on to the next round maybe. But let's see how he gets out of this one. Almost pocketed. Hey, pocket the 6 though. Could it be a start of a 8-pack?
I would suggest no, but Who knows?
Stranger things have happened. In alternate break, maybe not. I don't know.
It's amazing. You 8-1 down and you're kicking out of a snooker and you fluke a ball. If the match was 8-8, you just know that wouldn't happen. Playing safe. He was trying to get the one ball
Slowed down
to
cue.
the 8.
Wow. Got away with that one a little bit. But I don't think he meant to send the cue ball that far down table. Or if he did, he might want to hit the rail first to get behind the 4 a little bit better than he did at this moment. He was really close to scratching there. Looks like Johan sees a path. A little bit of right spin. Good kick.
Filipinos are so good at kicking. I mean, he's just got down there and kicked it 2 rails like it was a hanger, but it wasn't. Many a pool player has missed
Yeah.
the one ball there and give ball in hand up. At least now Yap's got to come with something.
Another defense, I think. Sending it. Well, he didn't get there. All right, Aloysius. Not going to get much better than this one. Little backspin. Set for the 4. Just push on front for the 5. Oh, just stopped it. A little further than he wanted there, but can still roll up.
Even that shot is a little straight.
It appears to be, yeah, sure does.
Well, they say all comebacks start somewhere, and this would be an absolute monumental one.
You know, I wanted to say that pocketing that 9 ball must have felt good, but it doesn't appear so on his face at the moment. Maybe a couple more 9 balls and might change things around. Yeah, I think he knows this one just got away from him a little bit too early.
Yeah, he's got to be disappointed.
Yeah.
The very opening rack, he had a break, and there was all sat there nice, and he played a couple of shots in, and it was that 4 ball down the long rail into the corner. Missed it by a long way, and then since then it's all been this man on your screens, Johan Chua from the Philippines. Maybe a little unknown to some viewers. Maybe in Europe more than the rest of the world, but
He's got that koi fish on his arm right there. It makes sense why they call him the bad koi. Okay. Makes sense. All All right, let's see if Aloysius can break off a break and run here and get a little bit of momentum. Cue ball's flying around more than he probably wanted.
No shot of the one. It's going to be a safety. There's no bank. Could possibly get that cue ball locked in near the 4. That's at first glance. Seems to be a bit of a theme this. We had the European Open in Fulda, Germany just a couple of weeks ago, and Thorsten Hohmann, well, Fulda was his hometown and he lost in the opening round. Aloysius Yap, this is his club, plays out of here, practices in here, and yeah, it might not be the first round, but this game is not going the way he wanted.
Ooh, almost potted it, but it's okay. Good defense. Good defense. Yeah, you're right. Not going the way he wanted. He does have a little bit of a hometown advantage, home field advantage, playing out of this pool hall quite often. But you know, like many of the pros, he's got his travel time. He's got his time on other tables, and you know, when you go from table to table, I don't know if home field advantage really means anything. And to be fair, you know, Johan is really just taking control today. He's just been shooting really lights out, not really letting Aloysius, barely missing that. And that was a heck of a kick, too. Barely missed it. Just not really letting Aloysius get into rhythm. You know, yeah, Aloysius missed the 4 ball, but again, I've said it over and over. Got to tip your hat off to Johan the way he's been playing today.
Yeah, well, this is actually Yap's first match. You know, he was seeded through, so Johan Chua had to win a match to get here. He won 9-3 against Trung Tri Tran.
You know, and you can probably attest to this more than most, but I think that's also some part of it, right, is when you're playing and you've already played a match, you've already had some familiarity with the table, you're kind of in stroke and rhythm, especially if you're coming off of a win. And this has been Aloysius' first match. Might be a little bit cold to start.
You sound like you're just making excuses for the man. What's up here?
All right, I'm going to come back with my history of all the Carl Boys' matches and see if he's ever lost his opening rack.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Carlo Biardo, he won his match 9-5 against Aaron, so he's through to winners round 2. Winners round 3, sorry. Jeff Redaluna, he's going to be playing Chang Yulong. That's in winners round 3 as well. So some of the big players are going through the right side of the draw nicely.
All right. Like LL Cool J said, don't call it a comeback. We'll see. He's got a few more racks to go, but I'm glad he's back on the board. And I believe he's got the break. Let's see.
Anthony Raga, young Filipino, he's on the hill. He leads Abdul Way 8 racks to 2. So the Filipino contingent here at this year's Asian 9-ball Open are doing very well indeed.
Yeah, it looks like based on what you just shared, I don't think any of the Filipinos have lost a match today so far. Strong showing. Per usual, though, they always come out firing.
Yeah, the Filipinos will play a big part in this tournament.
Oh, I was wrong. Wishful thinking. It looks like it's Johan's break. The 3-ball, or the 5-ball, did not stay in the way of the 1, giving him an open shot here.
I fear the worst. I think Yap's time is going to come to an end. Certainly in the winners section, he'll go over to the left side, losers side of the draw. And he won't have to win that many matches to qualify. This is 96 down to 32, double elimination. That's a good format for the pool players. It means if you do lose early on, you don't have to win a ton of matches to still make it through.
Yeah, sometimes that can be a bit frustrating or exhausting, right? Just match after match after match just to get back to where you could have been if you would have won your first.
Yeah, and it's not like every time you win a match you win another 5,000. This is not golf, you know, so a lot of the times you can win 4 or 5 matches in the loser's side of the draw and think, well, what was the point of that? Well, in the blink of an eye, this 9-ball, and there it is, Johan Chua. It was all about him in this match, unfortunately. Alyosha Yap loses 9 racks to 3. He goes over to loser's side. Johan Chua is through.